Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is a video I recorded that I actually didn't even intend to put out, but I like the way that the eyes came out, so I just decided to go on ahead and edit it to put it together. So, excuse the lack of gel on my edges. But anyway, I listed all the products that I used on the screen. I do think it's a little redundant to repeat it, so I won't. But yeah, this was me testing out a new background, a new light, and I just decided to kind of play around for a little bit. So I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also visit me on my website and my blog where I post reviews of like new makeup products or different skincare that I'm trying out, and that's at www.quenishabjordan.com. Thanks so much for watching. So the foundation that I'm wearing is the Shiseido for Synchro Skin in the shade 430. This foundation, guys, is phenomenal. Like, first of all, the color match is impeccable. The formula and the texture of the foundation is very liquidy, and so I think that helps it blend in really, really well to the skin. This is one of those foundations, though, that I do kind of like to set quickly. So, if you have really, really oily skin, I do think it will work for you, but don't be put off by how liquidy it is in the beginning. Just go on ahead and set it. My skin is very, very dry, so I don't have to, but I do get my skin really kind of oil slick before I apply makeup on it so that I can make sure it stays hydrated throughout the day. So, because of that, it will have a tendency to kind of move around sometimes on my face before I set it. So I just like to go on ahead and nip it in the bud and set it. I did not do it in this instance, but if you have this foundation and that's something that you've noticed, that's something that will help. So I also got this new Pat McGrath concealer, and the color, I think it's M19, and I really like this color. I've tried 21, no, not 21. I've tried MD22, MD20, and MD22 was way too dark for under the eyes. I've actually could have used it on my face. MD20 was way too red for under my eyes. Did not care for it. And this one, I believe on their website, is described as having a red undertone, but you see it looks pretty yellow here. So I feel like it's a pretty good balance between the reds and the yellow. So I use this as my first concealer, and then I'll go over it with another one to kind of neutralize the color. I was also watching Money Heist, which is such a good TV show. It is phenomenal. And typically I do not do, shooting, screaming, cursing. Like I don't do that. But this was like a smart TV show. It was a lot of thought put into the process, and it's not sinister. It's more. It reminds me more of Robin Hood in a sense. So when you see me look away, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the TV. My husband and I were sitting down here watching it. Again, I don't know why I keep trying to set this concealer with powder when it just makes my under eyes so dry. But I think that I may have a new technique for my under eyes to not make them so dry and where I can still set it. So stay tuned for that video. I'll be recording it sometime soon, and I'll be testing it out to see if that works for me. Okay, so let's talk about this palette. So I've been using this palette for like the last couple of weeks, and I really, really like it. So when it was first released and I saw the colors and the packaging, especially with it being pink, like I knew I for sure wanted this palette. The only thing that made me super hesitant about this palette was that I cannot stand ABH eyeshadows. Like, they're super powdery, first of all. I don't feel like they last long on the skin. And I know people are like, well, use a primer. I still don't think it lasts long whether I use a primer or not. I feel like it's so powdery that it just kind of dusts off or like blows off. And I don't like that, like, at all. I feel like I have to pack on so much color just to get the payoff that I want. And to me, that's like pretty off-putting for an eyeshadow, but this, it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit better than some of the other palettes, like the Modern Renaissance. Ugh, the palette is disgusting. I hated it. But and so many people loved it, and I'm like, how do people love this powdery mess of a palette? But sorry, I really like the colors. Most of the shadows are really good. So I also had a sample of the white like eyeshadow base. This is another one I didn't really care for. I just don't think it really did anything. Like, again, maybe I'm using it wrong, but this is not what I would use for an eyeshadow base or to, you know, cut the crease in any way. I did not care for it at all. Now these eyeshadows are, to me, where I feel like this palette really shines. I think like this is the color Cupcake, Wasted, and then I don't know, I think I may have even used Barb on there somewhere, but yeah, the shimmery shadows, the pressed glitters, like those were some of my favorites to use. And glitter, I typically don't ever do, but I really like these ones. Like I could see me using it, you know, in some form of fashion. So overall, I do think I will get a lot of use out of this palette. I do not think I will be able to use this palette professionally. It just takes way too long to build up color, in my opinion, the way that I want to see it. So I also don't think it lasts long on the skin. And since my basis, you know, of my freelancing is bridal, it's just not gonna work for me. So, but I will use it for myself. And so, yeah, I mean, I would recommend if this is your color tone, if these are the colors you like I do, I would definitely get it. Now, this was a struggle, okay? I could not find my tweezers, and I had to try to do this with my hands, and yeah, I don't want to do that again. This was so hard to do. So I don't even know if they're on correctly. And if they are, it's by the grace of God and God alone. But these are Beauty Plaster lashes. They are by IMV. I think that's a brand by Kiss. And they are phenomenal. It actually kind of looks like I have them on backwards, but I promise they're not. Like, they go out and then they kind of flare out a lot, like towards the end, to give you like that, you know, wing effect. But I love these lashes. I bought like so many different styles of this brand, so I would definitely recommend them. Again, there was never a need for that much powder ever in life. But anyway, I'm also using the new Nars bronzer. This is in the shade Punta Cana, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but you can like barely see it. And I love that actually. So I normally use the Bobbi Brown matte bronzer, and I hate to admit it, but I did order the Charlotte Tilbury that comes in my favorite Airbrush Flawless Finish powder formula. So I'm going to try that one out. I really was against like bronzers in the beginning because I just didn't feel like it was a need, but now I really like bronzers because it brings back that warmth to the face after you've added a whole bunch of concealer and, you know, just a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my socials, visit my website, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.